If you are planning a trip to Andaman and wondering how to get there, where to stay, places to visit, how to travel around, what should be the itinerary, and most importantly, how much will it cost, then this video is made just for you. Hey guys, welcome back to Sakra Cubes and this is Sagar. In today's video, we will talk everything you need to know before visiting Andaman, and I promise this is going to be the most comprehensive video of Andaman on the internet. We will also cover some useful tips and frequently asked questions towards end of the video, so make sure to watch till the end. To keep this video simple and easy to understand, I have divided it into 15 sections, each covering detailed information you need to know. Without further ado, let's jump straight into our list of 15 things to know before visiting Andaman. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is a union territory of India situated in Bay of Bengal around 1300 kilometers from mainland India. The capital city is called Port Blair, which is now renamed to Sri Vijayapuram. As of today, there are more than 4 lakh people living on these islands, with majority being Bengalis with over 80% population. While Hindi and English are official languages used in Andaman, you can find a lot of people speak Bengali and a bit of Tamil and Telugu. Now that you know a bit about Andaman, let's see how to get there. There are two ways to travel to Andaman, by ship or by flight. The first option is the slowest and takes around 60 to 70 hours to reach, hence it is not the most convenient way to travel. The fastest, easiest and the best way to reach Andaman is by flight. The airport is located in Port Blair and is called Veer Savarkar International Airport. You can find direct flights from major cities in India, among which cheapest flights are from Kolkata, Chennai and Hyderabad. The average return flight cost will be 15 to 20,000 rupees per person. There are direct flights from Malaysia now and the prices are dirt cheap. So if you want to club Malaysia along with Andaman trip, it may be a good time to do so. Now that you have landed in Andaman, the next thing to figure out is Inter Island transfers. Besides Port Blair, you will probably stay in 2 more neighbouring islands, Havelock Island, now renamed to Swaraj Dweep, and Neil Island, now renamed to Shahid Dweep. To transfer between these islands, you can either take a government ferry or a private ferry. Although government ferries are cheaper, they have limited seats for tourists and are not the most comfortable to travel with, whereas the private ferries are easier to book and offer the best travel experience. There are mainly 3 operators for private ferries: Macruise, Nautica and Green Ocean. We sailed Macruise and Nautica during our trip. While both were good, Nautica was slightly better. The fares vary depending on the operator and the seating class. This chart should give you a fair understanding of what to expect from different operators at a glance. The best way to book inter-island transfers is through bookmyboat.com. It is a trusted website to book the ferries in Andaman. They are an aggregator website, which means you can compare the prices and timings of different ferries and book them in a single place. I'll share the link and the contact details in the description box below. Do check it out. One thing to note here is that the private ferries run in a clockwise direction, from Port Blair to Havelock, Havelock to Neil and back to Port Blair. There are also return ferries from Havelock to Port Blair. Plan your trip accordingly because you can't travel in the opposite direction unless you take a government ferry. Now let's see how to travel in Andaman. The local transportation in Andaman is simple. If you're going through a tour package, you don't have to worry about it, as your travel agent would take care of your end-to-end transfers. But if you're planning the trip by your own, then this section will help. You can rent 2-wheelers in Port Blair, Havelock and Neil Island, which cost about 600 rupees per day. Getting rentals in Neil Island is slightly difficult as there are limited number of vehicles on the island. Hence I would suggest you book the rentals in advance. You can rent the vehicles on andamanrentals.in or call them directly. I'll leave the website and the contact numbers in the description box below. Self-drive car rentals are not available in Andaman. If you don't want to ride, then auto or cabs are the best way to travel around. There is no Ola or Uber here. The autos charge a nominal price between 40 rupees to 80 rupees for shorter distances and 800 rupees to 1000 rupees for a full day sightseeing. The prices are slightly higher in Havelock and Neil Island. The government tourist buses called GoGo buses only operate in Port Blair and cost 150 rupees per day. However, they don't cover all the tourist spots, hence I don't recommend them. Andaman has a tropical climate, hot and humid all year round. October to February is generally considered the best time to visit Andaman. This is when the weather is cooler and you can enjoy all the water sports activities. March and April tend to get a little hotter, but you can still enjoy the island and its activities. It will be a bit cheaper and less crowded during this time. Avoid visiting Andaman between May to mid-September. This is when the peak monsoons begin on the island. The islands are prone to heavy rainfall and thunderstorms during this time of the year, and a lot of inter-island transfers become difficult due to bad weather. In short, October to April is a good time to visit, with December to February being the peak season. Not just which month of the year, but even which time of the day you visit also matters. That's why it is important to understand the concept of high tide and low tide. Due to the moon's gravitational force, the ocean level can rise, which is called a high tide, or drop, which is called a low tide. The time difference between the two is typically 6 hours 12 minutes, but this time window can change based on the moon's position. While this phenomena is common across the globe, it is quite evident in Andaman. That is because the beaches in Andaman can look completely different depending on which time of the day you visit. For example, these two clips are taken from the same location, one during a high tide and other during a low tide. You can see how drastically it changes the look and feel of the place. In some places, a high tide may be preferred, while in others, low tide may be preferred, or sometimes it may not even matter. That's why you may find different videos on YouTube recommending different time to visit the same place without realizing the tidal timings are not fixed. Do check the exact timings on the tidal forecast website. Now let's talk about the places to visit in Andaman. From historical monuments to pristine beaches and from popular sunset spots to hidden gems, there are plenty of places to visit in Andaman. Let's look at these attractions one by one. Your trip to Andaman is incomplete without visiting Cellular Jail. You need to visit it twice, one in the daytime to see the jail and other in the evening for the light and sound show. Yet another historical landmark in Andaman is Flag Point. Towards the south, there is a popular beach for the sunset called Chedia Tapu, and next to that is Munda Pahad. There are many islands near Port Blair, among which the most famous ones are Ross Island and North Bay. Ross Island is now called Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Island and it is totally worth the visit, whereas you can skip North Bay. One of our favorite places is Jolly Boy. This place gives Maldives vibes and is known for crystal clear waters and coral reef. Around 100 km from Port Blair is Baratang Island, famous for its limestone caves. If you are looking for some offbeat places, then head to Mount Harriet, a perfect spot for bird watchers and nature lovers. If you are into museums, then visit Zonal Anthropological Museum, Naval Marine Museum and Government Sawmill. Corbin's Cove Beach can be skipped unless you want to watch a beautiful sunrise from this point. On Havelock Island, there are mainly 4 beaches: Kalapathar Beach for sunrise, Elephant Beach for water sports activities, Radhanagar Beach for sunset, and Govinagar Beach for scuba diving. Neil Island can be explored in a single day. Sitapur Beach is famous for sunrise, Lakshmanpur Beach 1 for sunset, Bharatpur Beach for water sports, and Lakshmanpur Beach 2 for natural bridge. I have covered these places in detail in my previous video, so make sure to watch that to learn more. I will leave the link in the I button and also in the description box below. Now let's see how you can cover all these places. Before we jump into the itinerary, let's answer one basic question. How many days are required to explore Andaman? I would say 6 days is an ideal time to explore most tourist spots in Andaman, which is why we will cover 5 nights 6 days itinerary in this video. But if you plan to stay longer, I have included additional places that can be covered for those days. By the way, no need to write down anything because I have documented everything that I'm mentioning in this video along with loads of other useful informations in my Andaman travel guide. And the best part is, this mobile friendly guide can be accessed anytime on the go without the internet. Scan this QR code to download it or check the link in the description box below. Now let's jump into the itinerary. On day 1, arrive in Andaman and check into your hotel. Visit Cellular Jail, Flag Point and watch the light and sound show in the evening. On day 2, transfer to Havelock Island and visit Elephant Beach and Radhanagar Beach. End your day with a delicious seafood at Mango Tree Restaurant. On day 3, catch a beautiful sunrise at Kalapathar Beach. Then go for scuba diving and have lunch at any fancy cafe. keep rest of the day relaxed, you can get a photo shoot done at Radhanagar beach or have a romantic date night by the beach. On day 4, transfer to Neil Island. After checking in and having lunch, visit Natural Bridge at Lakshmanpur Beach 2 and end your day by watching the sunset at Lakshmanpur Beach 1. On day 5, visit Sitapur Beach for sunrise and Bharatpur Beach for water sports. Transfer back to Port Blair by second half. Spend rest of the evening shopping at a local market or taking a stroll along the Marina Park. On day 6, depending on your flight time, visit Ross Island in the morning before catching your return flight. If you have extra days in Andaman, consider adding these day trips to your itinerary. A day trip covering Jolly Boy, Munda Pahad and Chediatapu Beach, or a day trip to the limestone caves at Baratang Island. Feel free to modify the itinerary based on your needs. By the way, if you are enjoying this video so far, hit on the like button and leave a heart in the comment section below. One of the frequently asked questions about Andaman is whether to go with a package or do it on your own. To be honest, both are a great way to explore Andaman, and there is not really a big difference when it comes to the cost. Since Andaman is part of India, it is fairly easy to plan it on your own. However, if you are traveling with family and prefer convenience, then going with a package is a good choice. Your trip will be sorted out from picking you up from the airport to dropping you back. If you are looking for packages, then check Maharaja Travels. We took a customized tour package from them and had a great experience. The website and contact details are mentioned in the description box below. Andaman offers a variety of accommodation options for all budgets. Whether you are looking for a simple budget-friendly stay or a luxurious beachfront resort, Port Blair has a lot of stays, especially in the budget category. It's best to avoid expensive hotels in Port Blair as the area is tightly packed and you won't get great views or spacious resorts here. Havelock on the other hand has a wider range of stay options. If you are planning for a honeymoon, you can stay in a beachfront property, or if you are on a budget, there are plenty of affordable options as well. Make sure to stay along this route from the jetty to Kalapathar beach. All the restaurants, activities and attractions are located on this stretch. We stayed near Radhanagar beach. Although the location and the property was amazing, it was quite far from all the attractions and we had to do multiple trips which were tiring and time consuming. Similar to Havelock, Neil also has a lot of beachside properties. Since Neil is a very small island, the options are limited. I will list some of the good stay options in my blog, do check it out. Andaman is a paradise for seafood lovers. You get everything from a simple fish thali to exotic seafood. But for vegetarians, finding a pure veg restaurant could be a bit difficult. Because Andaman has to import everything from mainland India, the food is generally expensive. The menu prices are similar to what you will find in metropolitan cities like Bengaluru, Bombay and Delhi, or sometimes even more. An average meal at a decent restaurant will cost between 400 rupees to 600 rupees. Unlike Goa, Andaman doesn't have shacks or pub culture, but you will find many fancy cafes in Havelock and Neil Island. Andaman is not the best place for shopping since most items like clothes, toys or even vegetables are imported from mainland India. However, you can find some local products such as shells, pearls and accessories that are worth buying. One authentic place to buy these items is the government outlet called Sagarika Emporium in Port Blair. You get everything from clips to decorative items at affordable rates. Be careful of fake shops that use the same name Sagarika Emporium but are 3 to 4 times more expensive. You can also explore Aberdeen Market if you are looking for local shops. Now let's talk about the most interesting topic of the video, the budget. Here is the budget for a 5-night 6 days trip for 2 people. The round trip flight will cost around 32,000 rupees for 2 people. On average, accommodation will cost around 3,500 rupees per night, totaling 17,500 rupees for 5 nights. Inter Island transfers will be around 10,000 rupees for 2 people. The 2-wheeler rental will be close to 3,600 rupees for 6 days and another 600 rupees for petrol. If you choose to explore by a private cab, this will increase to 12,000 rupees. Scuba diving will cost 5,500 rupees per person. Add another 1,000 rupees per person for snorkeling. Ross Island Tour will cost 370 rupees per person. On average, food will cost close to 10,000 rupees for 2 people. In total, it will cost around 87,540 rupees for a couple for a 5-night 6-day tour. If you extend your trip, Jolly Boy permission will cost around 1875 rupees per person, and a day trip to Paratang Island in a private vehicle will cost around 8,000 rupees for 2 people. This should give you a high level idea of the budget. The actual numbers may vary slightly based on your itinerary and the season. Here are some useful tips for planning your Andaman trip. If you are unable to have the complimentary breakfast at the hotel, ask them to pack it for you. This is super useful when you need to leave early for the day trips. There are just 2 petrol bunks on Havelock Island and 1 on the Neil Island, and they both close early. Make sure to have enough petrol when riding on these islands. You have to pay extra for underwater photos and videos. If you have a GoPro or can borrow one, bring it along. This can save you money and give you better footage. Even if your device is waterproof, salt water can damage it. Carry a waterproof pouch like this. I'll leave the link to this product in my blog. I usually recommend to pack light, but in Andaman it's quite the opposite. You'll be getting into the water multiple times or sweat a lot during your stay in Andaman. So pack extra clothes. Even if you try to wash clothes, they don't get dried easily due to high humidity. Instead of using hotel laundry service, look for a local dhobi. You can get your clothes washed for a fraction of the cost. Here are some frequently asked questions about Andaman. I hope it answers all your questions. If it does, please leave a heart in the comments. If not, feel free to ask it in the comment section below. Do I need a passport to visit Andaman? If you are an Indian citizen, then no. Andaman is part of India. It's just like traveling to any other state in India. Do I need to know how to swim for scuba diving? No, you don't need to know how to swim to do the scuba diving. Which place is good for scuba diving? Havelock or Neil? Both the islands are equally good. Since they are close to each other, there is no significant change in the ecosystem and marine species. Neil Island generally has better visibility near the shore, but Havelock is usually preferred by first-time divers. What is the best time for scuba diving? Early mornings are the best time for diving, so try to book the earliest slot possible. Which is the best mobile network in Andaman? Airtel and BSNL works well throughout Andaman. Jio and Vodafone works well in Port Blair, but they are unreliable on Havelock Island, and there is no Jio or Vodafone network in Neil Island. Does Google Pay or PhonePe work in Andaman? Yes, the UPI payments are accepted everywhere, including Havelock and Neil Island. However, you may face network issues, so keep some cash as backup. ATMs are available on all the islands. That was everything you needed to know about Andaman. Hit on the like button if this video was helpful for you. Download our Andaman travel guide by scanning this QR code on the left, or watch the detailed video about places to visit in Andaman by clicking on the right. See you in my next video. Until then, keep traveling.